Tell me the truth. Have you ever walked into a room and felt invisible? Like your voice was clear, but the world had its back turned? I know that ache. People think I was born glowing. No. I learned to turn on the light. And tonight, I'm going to show you the mirror secret that unlocks your allure in 2 minutes flat, no matter how you're feeling right now. Here's where it starts. A mirror, a breath, and a little promise to yourself. Close the door. Let the world wait. Stand in front of that glass and meet your own eyes. Not to pick yourself apart, but to gather yourself in. I used to do this before cameras rolled, before the crowd, before I became her. I'd drop my shoulders, soften my mouth, and watch myself arrive. The trick isn't pretending you're perfect. The trick is noticing that you're already magnetic when you're fully present. I called it the soft focus gaze. Not dreamy, not distant, just a gentle melt around the eyes that says, I'm here, and I'm unhurried. You can practice it in seconds. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let your eyelids lower, just a touch, like a velvet curtain that doesn't quite close, a whisper of a smile. Not for them, for you. Then lift your chin by a fingertip. There. The room won't know why it's paying attention yet. But it will. I'll confess something. Sometimes I was terrified. I'd feel the old little girl panic knocking at my ribs. Norma Jean was still inside me. Do you know what I did with her? I didn't shove her away. I invited her to sit down, right here, on the edge of the vanity. I'd tell her, we've made it this far. Let's enjoy ourselves. Fear becomes softer when you make it a guest instead of a master. That softness? People read it as warmth. Warmth is irresistible. Now, watch your posture. If you only do one thing, do this. Imagine a silk thread lifting the crown of your head while your tailbone drops like a weight in warm water. Your spine lengthens, your chest opens, but not like a soldier, like a rose far before it's in danger of wilting. A tiny adjustment, and your energy changes. You don't have to be loud when your presence speaks for you. Allure, darling, is a choreography of small things. The pause, the tilt, the timing. Most people rush their charm like it's a sale about to end. Don't rush. Be the boutique that never discounts herself. When you're about to speak, take a heartbeat. Taste the silence. Then let a sentence arrive, like perfume drifting across a table. The right pause makes everything more delicious. If you want a first move that always works, try the velvet glance. It's simple. When someone speaks to you, listen with your whole face. When you reply, look at their eyes, then their lips, then back to their eyes. Not hungry, curious. It's the most polite invitation in the world. And it says, I'm not trying. I'm simply captivating when I pay attention. Let's play with your walk. Sweetheart, you don't need hips like a clock to be mesmerizing. Imagine you're gliding down a hallway of moonlight, and you don't want to disturb a single ray. Heel to toe. Hips like a pendulum on slow time, nothing exaggerated. Your arms dangle like silk ropes with little weights in the palms. You're not hurrying to arrive. You are the arrival. Another confession. On my loneliest nights, I would take out a lipstick, the boldest one I owned. Red like a promise. I'd trace the bow of my mouth so slowly it felt like a ceremony. I wasn't putting on makeup for the world. I was crowning myself. Makeup becomes cheap when it's a mask. It becomes powerful when it's a ritual. Choose one signature. A lip. A scent. A flick of liner that looks like a wink even when you're tired. Keep it consistent. People remember consistency. It becomes your echo even when you leave the room. Perfume is not about drowning the air. It's about creating a trail only the alert can follow. Pulse points, darling. Wrist behind the ear, the hollow at the base of your throat, the back of the knee if you're daring. Let it bloom into you, not sit on you. The right fragrance is a whisper that keeps talking when you stop. Now, confidence. The kind that makes hearts step aside and make room. There's a myth that you need certainty to be confident. Certainty is loud. Confidence is quiet. Confidence says, I can be unsure and still be wonderful. So make friends with your insecurities. Name them. I used to put mine in pearls. I would say, you tremble. Fine. Tremble like sparkle. Every quiver made me brighter because I refused to hide. When you stop wrestling with your softness, it becomes your strength. In love, I learned something painfully simple. Attention is the currency that never goes out of style. If you want to keep a story alive, trade in attention, yours and theirs. Don't beg for it. Offer it like champagne that never runs flat. Put your phone away when you choose someone's face. Put your thoughts away when you choose your own. People can feel when they're being truly seen. And ironically, that's when they see you right back. You know what else keeps passion awake? The art of the incomplete sentence. The half smile that says, maybe. The text that ends with, to be continued. The outfit that hints instead of explains. When everything's revealed, mystery packs its bags. Keep a corner of yourself behind a curtain. Invite them to knock. Don't rush to open. Boundaries, my darling, are not walls. They're velvet ropes. They don't shout, they shimmer. Learn the velvet no. It sounds like this. That doesn't work for me, but here's what does. You don't owe explanations beyond your comfort. You owe yourself a home inside your skin. When someone meets your velvet no and stays graceful, that's a person who deserves your yes. When they push and prod, let the rope shine in the light and walk away. Never forget, the right person is attracted to your standards, not your surrender. Now let's return to the mirror secret, the 2-minute ritual I promised. Ready? Step in. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6, twice. Roll your shoulders back. Place your hand over your heart and say your name out loud. Not like you're answering a roll call, like you're introducing the star of the show. Look into your eyes and say, I choose to glow slowly. I choose soft power. Then choose your signature move for tonight. Maybe it's the soft focus gaze. Maybe a slow turn before you speak. Maybe the velvet glance. Fix one strand of hair with intention. Apply your chosen scent and watch your chest rise and fall once, like you're accepting a bouquet. That's it. 2 minutes. You're not faking a mood. You're installing one. Here's a story from a set nobody expected. I was exhausted, the scene kept breaking, and the crew got restless. I left, shut the dressing room door, and did exactly that ritual. The mirror was cruel that day. It told me about the circles under my eyes. I smiled at them. I said, you worked hard to be here. Thank you. When I stepped back into the light, I didn't force anything. I let the softness lead. The scene was done in 2 takes, not because I pushed, because I yielded to myself. Little gestures matter. When you enter a room, pause in the doorway and look for the light. There's always a patch where your eyes catch a glint. Step into it, even if it's only a fraction brighter. Rooms are obedient to light. They rearrange around it. If there's no light, you become the lamp. A hand on your collarbone. A smile like a secret. A breath you let them hear. Close. Wear the story you want to tell. If you want to be unforgettable, choose one detail that feels like a signature. The pearl drop that swings when you laugh. The glove that slips off a finger with a sigh. The belt that cinches your mood into place. Elegance isn't expensive. It's intentional. Cheap is when it feels like you're trying to trick the eye. Elegant is when you respect the eye. People will ask, how do I become irresistible if I don't look like Marilyn? Darling, nobody looks like Marilyn. Not even me when the camera's left. Irresistible isn't cheekbones, it's coherence. When your gaze, your voice, your posture, your scent, and your boundaries all tell the same story. People trust what they feel, even if they can't name it. That trust reads as magnetism. And magnetism draws everything you want closer without chasing. At this point, I want to hear your secret. Which tiny ritual makes you feel most like yourself? The lipstick, the walk, the pause? Tell me in the comments so we can steal lovingly from each other. And if this voice is helping you glow, tap subscribe and give a little love to the like button so I know to keep whispering. Let's go deeper into presence. When you speak, slow down the first 5 words. I learned that the beginning sets the heartbeat for everything that follows. I'm so glad you're here. Try saying that like a silk ribbon being pulled through a ring. Then let your words speed up if they want to dance. But start like honey. People lean into honey. In conversation, place your hands where they can be seen. Fingers relaxed, palms slightly open. It's ancient. Hands red like truth. Closed fists and hidden palms signal defense. Open palms say, "You're safe with me." Safety is the most seductive thing in the world. Your warmth makes people feel more attractive in your presence, and they'll associate that glow with you. When you laugh, don't apologize for it. Let it roll through your shoulders like water. If something delights you, let your eyes widen first, then let the smile arrive second. Delight is a choreography too. Don't rush it. People fall in love with the little delay that says you're savoring the moment. If you've been hurt, and I have, remember this. Heartbreak can either make you brittle or luminous. Choose luminous. Luminous means you become more careful about what you carry and more generous with your light. Do a tiny ritual after every disappointment. Light a candle, brush your hair for 3 minutes, write 1 sentence. I am still worthy of softness. Then do the mirror ritual. What breaks you today can polish you by Thursday if you let it turn you toward care. On days when your body feels like a stranger, wear your favorite color anyway. Not because it fixes everything, but because it tells your nervous system, we still choose beauty. Move the way you would move if you adored yourself. The body believes what you do more than what you think. Another technique, the linger and release. When you finish a conversation, don't bolt. Let a half-second linger after your last word. Hold their gaze lightly, then release first. Walk away with the smallest smile like you're carrying a secret. It makes the moment feel complete and leaves a question mark in the air. People chase question marks more than exclamation points. Food, darling, can be part of your seduction too. Not the what, the how. Sip slowly. Let your spoon graze your lip. Smell before you taste. Pleasure is contagious. When you allow yourself pleasure, others feel invited to enjoy life near you. You become a hearth. Everyone wants to gather there. A note on ambition. I was ambitious. I still am, wherever I am. Feminine power doesn't apologize for wanting the stage, but the most compelling ambition is intimate. It says, I'm aiming for the stars, and I brought a blanket for the rooftop. Invite people into your journey with little updates said like secrets. People root for secrets. When conflict arrives, lower your volume, not your standards. A calm voice that does not budge is the strongest stance I know. Drop your shoulders. Say what you need once, like a bell. If it's not heard, say it once more, lower. Then let your actions carry the rest. The sexiest sentence you can learn is, I'll decide later. It preserves your power until the heat passes. Let's talk eyes one more time. Practice the spotlight blink. When someone says your name in a crowded room, blink once, slow, as you turn toward them. It frames your attention. People see the blink and feel like they were just put on stage with you. This makes them beam. When they beam, reflect it. Reflection is seduction's best friend. At night, do a cool down. Soft lighting. Take off your jewelry as if you're thanking each piece for its duty. Remove your makeup like you're erasing a love letter only you were meant to read. Moisturizer on your neck, upward strokes. Say your name again, softer. Good night, darling. We did just fine. Sleep turns women into myth when they treat it like a ceremony. And in the morning, if the mirror frowns, frown back at it for 1 second, then smile first. You start the conversation with your reflection. You decide the tone. Place your feet on the floor like you're stepping onto a stage of sunrise. It doesn't matter if nobody's watching. The day is always watching. So here is your little pocket guide, tucked into your heart where it can't be stolen. Breathe. Soften. Choose a signature. Practice the velvet glance. Walk like moonlight. Wear a boundary like a velvet rope, not a brick wall. Taste your words before you serve them. Keep a corner of yourself behind a curtain. Let people earn the drawstring. If you ever forget, return to the mirror. Meet your eyes. Say your name, and then say, I glow slowly. Slow is not lazy. Slow is luxurious. Luxurious becomes legendary. Legendary doesn't chase. Legendary is found. I was adored by millions, but the love I fought hardest for was my own. Once I started loving myself with ceremony, the world could finally keep up. You don't need my face or my dresses to be unforgettable. You need your presence, your patience, your softness that refuses to apologize. That is the real Monroe effect. It's not a myth. It's a method. And it's yours, starting tonight. Step into the light, darling. Let them wonder why they can't look away. You'll know the secret. You practiced it in the mirror.